What's up, fellow gamers? Phreak here. Welcome back to Let's Play Cyber Knight's Flashpoint. We have our first mission done. It's been 8 days since the campaign has started in lore terms, I should say. And we have been offered our first mission here. We've been offered Bohemian Exercise, so I'm taking a step back here. I talked in the last episode about how missions were due at a certain amount of time, but I failed to account for the fact that talking to him is not the same thing as the mission being due. I had to talk to him in about 6 days, but the mission is another week and a half afterwards. And so I can, in fact, run Haven Smokeout at level 1, which, there's some danger in that. But I can run Haven Smokeout at level 1, make enough money to put in... I mean, the time's going to be really tight here. I wish I hadn't talked with him, but it's too late. I could maybe just barely, with the exact amount of time to spare. I'm just going to run the mission. It doesn't matter. But I realized after the fact just now that I could have actually delayed talking with my contact, run Haven Smokeout, and gotten level 2 or so off of that, made that money, put in a SimStream trainer, then run this mission. So I made a mistake. End of the day, though, we're going to run this mission. It's going to be fine. It's going to be great. So let's go ahead and plan this mission out. We've got our core squad. I handled training them in the last video, so if you want to check that out, feel free. There are timestamps in the description every single time. But we are going to go ahead and run a raid on Lockdown Station. It's going to be a very large map. Also, because it's so enclosed, guns like sniper rifles are going to be very, very loud, and that could be a bit of a problem. So we are here on our own dime. Let's make it profitable. And realistically, this was the tile set I was most worried about from this Let's Play. Because realistically, it's a very, very enclosed area. And so basically everyone can hear what I'm doing at kind of all points in time. Because like these guards over here will hear the sniper rifle. Guards maybe over there won't, but it's loud. Now, of course, I get bonus influence, which is functionally a level up mechanic for the contact. If I kill at least 8 people, that's clearly going to happen. The other side of this is, of course, we're going to loot all the loot boxes. We're going to hack Matrix Host 1, Matrix Host 2, and then our exits are going to be up at the top of the map. So I want to get everything that I can, of course, but I'm also concerned about reinforcements and how strong they are. This one can definitely get a little tough. We'll see. Thankfully, for now, they're all basic guards, so their health pools are only so good. Their armor is only 33%. That's not too bad either. But of course, I still want to yield. I want to wait and let the enemies all run out of action points. Let them end their turn without seeing me. We've been ducking. Look at this guy. The ting went quack, quack, quack. And we were ducking. Yeah, he's walking away. That won't do anything for us because he will still be in earshot. I expect this mission to be probably about an hour long. Feel free to skip around to the timestamps to find the best stuff for you. Okay, so, out of curiosity, I can get to functionally dry land. This is a bioscan field that is not disableable by conventional means. It's a level 2 device, and things like packet loss only hit level 1 devices. So, the consideration here is that I have laser wires here and laser wires there, and I want to knock down both of them. And I want to make sure, actually, that... And please tell me you're in range. Oh, okay, this thing has infinite range. Cool, great. I want to make sure he uses his charge of packet loss early, so that the recharge starts and it comes back in time to knock this one down on the way back out. Because these laser wires are not attached to Matrix Host, so I can't turn them off without using packet loss or something like that. And this is a 4-turn cooldown. For Loud, it also has a 4-turn cooldown, so it could be either one. But still, we have to knock down both wires, right? We've got to knock down the wires and leave on time. And one difficulty is that the security escalation could be rebooting devices. So one thing I'm considering is having the hacker, like, knock down the wires, get to here, and then next turn, right, and then get everyone out, make sure they're all past this. Next turn, have the Cyber Knight knock these wires down. Be with the squad, of course. And then when the hacker's done, on turn 5, basically, pop the laser wires himself on the way back out, and that should be decent enough. So I think no matter what, we're going to put his stuff on cooldown. And we need him to be able to get there next turn. So I'm going to yield for now, but I'm pretty sure like we need to be doing a whole lot of killing very, very soon. So I'm going to throw down this buff. Debuff them with increased chance to hit and increased chance to be crit. Very, very valuable stuff here. I'm probably too close. Oh, yeah. I cannot land with the sniper rifle. I am well within minimum range here. For the revolver, it's not as bad. I am still obstructed here because of this stuff. So the next chance it's going to be a little bit worse, but it's kind of the best option I have. So there's shot 1. And then he's alerted. Of course, we're in direct combat now. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, actually, is jump out from cover at the cost of 1 AP. It's going to bump my recoil up, and I'm going to have a little bit of penalty from inside optimal range, but it means I'm no longer dealing with the... Oh, that was a graze. That's unfortunate. I want to run him away just to be safe, because I don't want to risk... I don't want to risk not being able to get past this gate if it, in fact, triggers a security escalation that turns them all back on. So a lot of my squad's going to be running up like this. And what I want to do here is get this tooltip out of the way. I want to get to basically here, have a clean line of sight on 2 guys, and shoot full auto at them. I will have 5 action points, which isn't great, but it's kind of the best chance I have, so... Just has to be this way. You get seen, whatever. And these guys are surprised, right? They don't know I'm here. I've got my nice full auto assault rifle. I have pretty good crit chance, 45%. And that's each bullet has 45%, so odds are pretty high I get a crit on at least 1 bullet. And I do. It's enough to kill one, not enough to kill the other. But I've got a follow-up shot here. 47% is not terrible. It's the best I'm going to get, of course. We missed. That's kind of unfortunate. And so we are running out of shots to take, which is a real concern. Thankfully, first shot here is looking pretty good. Now, do I want to finger trick now? If I shoot, I can get... Well, if I'm actually running, I'll probably get there with some AP left. But I have to go really far to get a clean shot at this guy. That's looking a little unlikely, but I'll maybe get it. Well, I'll take the shot. I think using the finger trick is not worth it right now. I much prefer conventional action point printers because, yeah, so I'm just out of range, you can see. Like, if I get that close to get the blue line to say I'm in range, I don't have the action points for it. And so, like, I don't think I can get a spot where I have blue line and 2 AP. Yeah, it's like right there, and it's just shy. I don't think I can get in, unfortunately. So you are alerted, and because I chose a second revolver instead of maybe like an unsilenced basic pistol, a basic pistol can shoot for 1 AP, and that would actually work reasonably well. But I don't have that, and I missed that AR shot when it's 50%, so I don't have a good way through on this. And so all I can really do here is, I mean, I can walk up and shoot this guy. Actually, can I get... If I go to here, if I spend 3 AP... Yeah, like, I can get that far, but I'm clearly in the laser wire, so if they turn on, I take damage. I might be willing to risk it. I think I'm willing to risk it, actually. You know what, screw it. Let's go maximize everything we can. I'm going to run up here. When it says 6, I've gone as far as I can go. So, right there. And I'm going to go ahead and use Twin Iron. It should land, and it could kill. And it does. Of course, we get even more security escalation because even more people are hearing the gunfire. And so Dade, with his unsilenced pistol, has the chance to do something really cool. And basically go here. And, you know, if I go here, he would count as unseen. And it would maybe count as a surprise shot with bonus accuracy. Wouldn't that be cool? I promise his gun is not silenced, okay? You can see there's no silencer on it. We have managed to knock down a lot of the guards. Of course, there are still a lot of gunfires that's been heard, right? You can see this guy is suspicious. He has heard all of the shots, and so he is going to tell on me. So, lots of guards have been informed by the security AI to go look at me. The escalation, not sure what it is just yet. Of course, he has been told by the AI to go investigate. He's going to run toward me. He can't get there yet, but he's going to try. Yeah, so body timers are going to time out shortly. This corpse is going to time out end of next turn. Pretty much all these corpses are going to. This is end of current turn. So we got to get my hacker into this matrix host as fast as possible. I need to use my gold key to open this door. Yeah, so I kind of want to let everyone still use their turns up and move toward me. With the exception of Loud and Dade, who needs to get this guy into the hacker room. So I think just run up and security scramble is acceptable. And I never know how to plan this map out correctly because I always want to run in a circle, but the problem is this is really far from the exit. And I mean, this is too, honestly, right? So there's always some level of just cross the entire map to come back or skip 2 boxes, and I don't want to skip the boxes. So I never know what to do. I still don't. But with 1 AP left, I can security scramble. Liat can wait for everyone else to move, but Dade is going to run to the Matrix host. Sadly, does not have the AP to start hacking this turn. I would have only had the AP if he never had to disable devices, but I just always had to disable devices. It's fine, though. He has to wait till turn 5 to leave anyway, so it's not even really a big downside. But if in a like more mature, like higher level roster with more buffs available, we can start hacking on turn 1 with that guy. It's not that hard to turn off both laser gates and give him a ton more AP and move speed and get him there with spare AP during turn 1. So he's found some corpses. He's running up. He's found many corpses, which means he's going to raise a lot of alarm. And of course, yeah, he is hunting. Alright. Well, you've also walked into strike zone, which I'm very happy about. So it's time to kill this dude. I want as clean of shots as I can. Now, since Twin Iron is down... Wait, I want to get to 3 AP. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, 3 AP, that's fine. Since Twin Iron is down, and I have no other way to really spend AP correctly, Finger Tricks feels very safe, because it'll spend me 1 AP kind of safely. I just simply can use those shots, and there's not really an action point level downside here. Of course, I'm still making plenty of noise, and so it's going to get more and more difficult to deal with. Now, if I end my turn... Let's see. Can I don't have a shot yet, but if I, like, walk to here, for example, I can walk to here, use my sniper rifle pretty safely, right? Not be in the annoyance zone. Action on the gun should be reasonable here. And in fact, I can use Skull Shot here to say if it kills, give me the AP back, and it's going to kill every time. Of course, that gunshot is very, very loud, and so more guards know about me. But the cool thing is, I think we're going to have... So we have to kill this guy, but the squad can otherwise go that way pretty safely, I think. I'm trying to think like how to do this the best way possible. Yeah, I'd love to get a shot on him, but he's just like in way too weird of a spot here. So unfortunately, I have to be kind of wasteful on this guy. Let's see, what's your initiative roll? Your initiative roll is an 8. So I actually think it's reasonable to shoot him early. So one thing I could do, right? Like if I say, let's use Revolver. This will not kill, but I don't know if I care. I think I'm willing to just open up on him. His initiative is, again, 8, which is just, like, not good. My range is kind of crap here. My recoil is kind of crap here. It's equivalent to even land the shot in the first place. My downside is, well, more security escalation. My upside is a bit of damage. This feels like I just go reload angle and deal with him next turn. Alright, on to turn 3. So, I still care about what you're doing. You're at an 8. And realistically, Liat probably should have walked somewhere where you could have been in cover and been safe. So for most of my squad, I'm actually going to try to be safe here and let them come to me. Let them spend their turn moving. Right, so you're going in from that way, which, you know, I couldn't have guessed, right? I wouldn't have known where you're coming from. I wouldn't have known which guards you're going to see. I wouldn't have known which way you're going to go. He's stopping right there. I do want to put Liat somewhere, you know, relatively hidden. So like 1 AP is a pretty safe expenditure. These, you know, monitors or whatever actually count as really solid cover. They're actually really hard to see behind them. These tables, by the way, are actually very hard to see around because there's so many line of sight blockers. They can make it quite difficult. But he can simply heal. And welcome everybody to hacking. All right, welcome to how to hack in this game. It is the most lucrative thing you can do for yourself, is to run a hacker on your mission. Makes it harder, because while he's doing this, he cannot be part of combat. And if he is part of combat, he of course doesn't have any strong combat talents. So, this is the Matrix map. Much like the regular maps in the game, these are not procedure generated, they're all handcrafted. So, Sec Zone Access Term A12 always looks like this, and it always has the same layout. The loot inside is going to be different, but the layout is identical, so if you really want, you can build a map of every single matrix, and you know what every single node is. So on your right are your talents, right? We learned Hardshell, we learned Overclock. That is because my hacker has these things. He learned them on his hacker tree. We also have programs. Programs are installed in your cyber deck. I have the basic low-level cyber deck. I have 94 action points. I have 320 IO. Basically, this is how many programs I can load in a turn before I'm not allowed to load programs anymore. And I have 320 active memory, which is how many programs I can have loaded at any time. So these things all cost 60, which means I could theoretically load 5 such 60 cost programs. Worth noting, attack costs 80, so oh look, choices and consequences, you cannot load all your programs all at once. In fact, I could theoretically load each one, but I can't hold each one loaded because my active memory is only 300. The only reason I can even load that many is because I have plus 120 IO from Overclock. So I'm going to load one of everything. I find that to be generally fine. I think it is usually reasonable. Prince connection use means I cannot get out without disabling it. So ice can be passive with the brick icon. They can be active with the radar icon, or they can be traps with the spiderweb icon. And so each of these programs disables each of those kinds of ice. And when you're on a node, you can scan, and it will reveal nearby nodes. Right? It will reveal basic information around what is in those nodes. What kind it is, like it being a firewall, or it being a access node, and what passive and active ice are on the node itself. So firewall has some active ice. This increases security tally anytime I do anything, which is up here. Want to get rid of that. We scan. And I've got to be a little bit careful about my action points and my IO. We're okay for now, but these things are scary. Incinerators, they force you off if you are still connected at the end of your turn. You have to be careful that you can always leave in time. I'm going to load Deception. I'm going to run over here to the SPU, disable you. And of course, I can't scan anything else anymore because I am out of program IO for scan. I shouldn't have loaded Disarm. I did, and it was a mistake. So the tough thing here is then, okay, well, how can I make the best use of my program IO, because I really wish I'd gotten another point in Overclock, as it turns out. If I had, instead of getting the 3 AP per turn, I had learned the extra point in Overclock for the extra 60 IO, I could have loaded scan and kept moving, and so that was a mistake in my, basically, skill selection. So I might as well do what I can here. Unfortunately, that forced deloaded Sleaze, because an escalation happened. So I'm down even more tools. In fact, there is now, if you exit the node, steal AP, so there's a trap I can at least disable. And with 22 AP left, I can safely run over here, disable this, and then, as I lose more and more programs, walk here. I'm going to have to go through a bunch of IO next turn, loading my programs all back up, but it is what it is. So I will end my turn here, because there's nothing else I can really do. It ended up being a fairly unproductive turn, because I really should have learned that point in Overclock, and it was a mistake not to. Oh well. Now, that isn't always true. If, for example, I had like 3 AP instead of 6 coming into that turn, I would have actually been AP limited and not IO limited. And so it kind of depends on your situation when you come in, but yeah. Anyway, we know that these guards still have to move, but unfortunately, I can't get away from having 10 initiative. So I've got to just kind of go and act anyway, and do the best that I can. So what I'm going to do is run up here. This unfortunately counts as being in the zone, although to be fair, Sid can move during this turn, so it's not a huge concern. I'm going to go unload full auto on this guy. We don't get a crit, unfortunately. I would love a basic attack to land. Odds are not amazing. It's another coin flip. I'll have the last coin flip. We'll land this one. Yes, that's cool. Of course, our gunfire was loud. He heard it. He's going to investigate. He'll duck. It won't really do a lot for me. Wait a second. Did he really? Oh, no. The other guy took his turn. Yeah. So this guy still has a turn to take. And the really tough thing here is I don't think Sid can kill him on his own during this turn. I think that is a little bit unlikely to be successful. So what I can do, and I think it's going to be okay, actually, is I'm going to attack him. Actually, I'm going to hit him with Flush, so I'm going to lower his... No, I don't think I need to. He's not going to have any... Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attack him, right? I'm going to shoot. He's going to deal some damage. And he's going to live. Okay, he's not going to live because I crit that guy. Well, that's awesome. We absolutely take those. So my second consideration, then, is initiative rolls. You are dangerous to me, but your initiative roll is 12. These guys, well, Loud at least, already rolled above you. Sid is going to roll at least a 9, so the odds are very high he'll roll above. And so I'm probably not concerned here, and so I'll take the risk. He rolled a 15, we're fine. But Liet's turn to be useful. I would like to get to 4, maybe even 5 AP. So if I go to here... Oh, right, I already only have 5 AP. So it's not possible to do anything much better than that. If I go to 4, I get 1 sniper shot. If I go to 3, I get 1 sniper shot. If I go to 4, I can shoot my revolver twice. I'm going to see if the range is any good like this. I might have bad accuracy from range. It's not horrible, but it's not amazing. This is better than a coin flip to kill him. Oh, I get 25 from surprise, but I'm going to lose that after the first shot. So I think I'd rather snipe. The damage isn't that much better. But the chance at critting, 16%. I think this is the same no matter what. You don't have any base crit aside from buffs and whatnot, so... Well, I'm surprised stealth crit's only 4. I would have thought it'd be more than that. Anyway. What's the choice here? I guess the damage is almost the same, so I'm feeling like I want to go for pistol shots here. Yeah, we'll just take the coin flip, roughly. And this is going to be like, yeah, 50%. Wow, nice. Okay, cool. So we got pretty lucky in our shots this turn, but we're also going to escalate security really heavily. And that could easily trigger guards or reinforcements. So far, not. Dade's back in action. Okay, if you load a program, steal AP. I have no choice but to do this to its face, then disarm it, then keep going. Ow. Alrighty, we scan nearby nodes. Now, the fact that this is still obscured means it's the CPU node. And CPUs have to be attacked. Their ice has to be attacked to clear it out. So let's go. Attack, attack. We scan. We see that there is still a trap ice here. So what I'm going to do is walk off. Load attack again. Woke up, whatever. Attack, attack. CPU spiked. Unfortunately, I am once again out of Matrix IO. That is a concern. That is a problem. I really wish I had learned more points in overclock. Note to self, respec that as soon as you can. Yeah, turns out I really need that. Now, an unspiked CPU you cannot, much like an incinerator, you cannot end your turn on that. So I have to walk back like this. These got turned back on. Of course they did. So I've got to walk even farther down. I'm going to walk all the way to here. Next turn, I'll load some programs and make my way back. I could have disabled that trap actually while I was there. That was a bit of a mistake, but doesn't matter that much. I'm not going to be AP limited realistically. All right, this has been an unsuccessful start to hacking. Mostly because I tried to be really greedy with my skill choices, and that was wrong. Oh well, we'll be done eventually. So, the guards are not terribly close to where I'm trying to go, so I'm feeling pretty good about kind of running for it. And starting to grab all the loot. I guess I can once again yield and let all the guards go first. There's never really a good... Well, the reason to go first is if they're already going to be hostile, or you think they're going to shoot you during your turn. If they're not going to shoot you during their turn, let them use their action points, let them skip their turn. And then from there, you can go in and then do more yourself. He's hunting, he finds me, he puts me in overwatch, and that is a very real concern. That totally, absolutely matters. I can deal with it. I have interference spike. But I do want to recall that Sid learned Snapshot. Now, do I want to risk that, though? Like, there's a chance this works. Oh, wow. That is a very long set of stuff here. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to, magnet to that wall for 1 AP, because the game is nice. And I'm going to use this cover here, the fact that I'm not in his Overwatch cone, to walk a whole lot closer. I'm going to get to here. It's going to cost me 3 AP. But this is why I learned interference spike. I cross the camera, and I say, no, you do not have Overwatch on me. Screw you. And it succeeds. So I'm going to briefly yield. Because Sid can actually do something useful here. Which is... see, do I have to drop your armor? No, probably not. I want to actually not... okay, I want to shoot first. Because moving creates recoil, and I don't want to create recoil. Unfortunately, there we go. Kill secured. Of course, we've made a lot of gunfire noises, so they know stuff's going on. Sid can simply run forward. He has nothing to do with 1 action point, so might as well just rock there. We'll duck for funsies. And then Liat. I think going for the kill there isn't needed. I think we're going to run him up to this loot box. He'll be, a little useless for a little while, but that's fine. We're waiting a long time for Hacker anyway. Unfortunately, he triggered the pressure plate. Camera saw me as well. Tactical Surge was not my entire team. That said, he is not action point gated, so it's not a big deal. I will once again wait for the enemies to take their turns. You're hunting into a laser, or into a door. All right, Dade, what you got, buddy? Well, let's disable this. There we go. We finally have the ability to burn action points on our turn. I think there's going to be stuff down here, so I'm going to actually head downwards first. Let's load scan. Yep, so active and passive ice are on this node. Damage to stop it. Let's load active ice destruction again. Knock this down. Scan. We see stuff here. Scan for a trap. There is a trap. Scan for more nearby stuff. Nothing too spicy. I actually regret scanning because scanning costs 2 AP, and I'm going to be left with a odd amount of action points left at the end of the turn. So I'm going to load sleaze now because IO has been my gate for a lot of this. And in fact, what I can also do, since I can't do anything else, is I can connect to this node here. And then I can... yeah, scanning costs 3, but I can connect to this node. Next one I can scan, and then depending on what the ice is, disarm that stuff as well, and then take the downloads, then leave. So I'm being a little bit more action point efficient. But yeah, now that I'm actually using AP on things that aren't just programs, I'm finally not getting completely blocked by Matrix IO. But yeah, getting into a loop where I had to keep loading programs back and forth made it a lot worse. Okay, so one unfortunate thing is that the cameras have turned into high power mode. And high power cameras directly add heat to you every time they see you, which is a long-term consequence of... as a long-term consequence of playing missions loudly. Alright, well, you're angry. You're alerted. I can kill you, of course. It's not going to be a huge issue, but... the only guy who has a turn left is you. You're way over there. I'm not worried about it. So let's hit the reload. I've got a decent amount of AP left over, but this would be a pretty good shot. Yep. And again, we're expecting to crit a decent amount here, so... that level of progress is going to be relatively standard. I don't really want to run through that camera. I don't really want to have a ton of heat. But I also don't have a good way around that happening, so... does it really matter? And I feel like the answer is no, it doesn't actually really matter. So I'm going to run through it, and it just is what it is. So Upso ran up. He is here now. Sid can break into the gold key room, thanks to my wire ghost friend giving me the key itself. So there we go. He's already triggered the camera once this turn, so we don't trigger it again. Got to get... Oh, right. He can see me, so I don't really want to run into the room this turn. Because he'll turn alert, and then I'll be really sad about it. So I'm going to take reloads instead. And I guess get ready for a combat turn. And I'll end my turn. If you end your turn with AP remaining, you get to use take cover. So you get +1 initiative, and you get some cover bonus for the next turn. Cover bonus is just functionally, they have 10% less... These functionally 10% less chance to hit, which is pretty nice. So first bit done. Running toward the next bit. Let's see if you're in range for strike zone. You might be. That's a pretty good range. So I think putting this here is reasonable. Well, they are going to march forward, and I don't really want to shoot before them, so maybe could have waited. Well, you're hunting around randomly. Of course, they're getting closer. And at some point, the AI will ask for reinforcements, and then it'll be a little bit more annoying. So he found a body. He's running up. He finds someone. He's going to be out of AP. He can't shoot. But he is out of the buff, which is unfortunate. You hopefully stay inside the circle. You did. Okay. Well, Dade's going to keep going. Let's scan for traps. There is. Okay, we won't load any programs. This is all disabled, so we'll take this as well. Because it's disabled, we can load programs again, and it would be safe, kind of wherever, but I guess I'll start... What do I want to do? I need disarm. I've got to knock this stuff down. So we're not going to load any programs. Okay. I'm going to risk that loading programs is fine here. I was wrong. Have to disarm you. Now I can load this program instead. Thanks. Download those. And I need to load scan. The problem is I am still AP limited because loading scan is going to cost 5. Getting there is going to cost 4. And then... Wait, hold on. I think it's actually... I don't know if it counts as scan 2 of 2 yet. I don't know if I can spike this or not. I guess no matter what, I'm just going to load scan. Do I want to risk it? I don't want to risk it in case I'm wrong. Part of me thinks I can walk to the CPU and just spike it right now. But, yeah, I'm afraid of that being incorrect. So, I'm not going to bother. What I'm going to check here is that I'm allowed to end my turn here. Ice do not ruin you for ending your turn on them. So, I just can't disconnect. So, I'm going to stop here. Saves me 2 AP for next turn. Spike the CPU. Knock down this, probably knock down that, and then I'll be done with my host, finally, during turn 5, which is very slow. We are already 30 minutes in, and not even halfway done. As I said, this mission is going to take a while. Okay, those guys are over there, though. They're not going to be able to threaten me very quickly. So let's shoot you, because you are able to be easily killed. 992. Thank you, crit chance. We'll just take a basic shot here. It's not the easiest, but we do get a guaranteed glancing hit. Which we did, in fact, get in this case. We got only a glancing hit. Don't need to do anything with Overwatch, so you can just end your turn here. You're going to run around, but you're not going to get here in time. Other guy probably will as well. We'll see. Nope, he's going that way. Okay. I think he's going back to his post, maybe? Alright, well, it's your turn. Full auto AR looks pretty good here. Yep, looks good. So, you have heard gunfire. You cannot shoot me because his gate is in the way. So, I think I think reloading is correct here. You rolled a 17, which is kind of scary. No AP left. Yeah, there was a chance you do something bad to me next turn with your very high initiative roll. Thankfully, I rolled even better than you. Okay, so he and Loud together, he and Liat can do something pretty decent. So I'm going to go out here and just unload. I think it'll be pretty decent. I'm feeling pretty good about this. So I get seen. So I don't get any stealth bonuses, but I am likely to crit. Unfortunately, I didn't. I was likely to, though. Alright. Making plenty of noise. What was the escalation, by the way? Body timers. That's not a big deal. That was going to happen no matter what. So this guy moved. He just kind of got back to his post, that's all. That's going to run right past that camera and say, hello, you saw me. Camera spotted. Now, worth noting that only some cameras turn to high power. This one, for example, didn't. And so it's just normal, like, plus security tally. That's a problem. Okay, Sitho's absolutely going to be walking in a range of me. And so I have to think about how I want to handle this. Because Sitho's 100% going to be walking down this corridor and shooting it loud. Which means I kind of need to throw down Link Watch here and prevent myself from taking any damage. Also might do similar. So what I'm going to do here is actually just reload both guns. And with my last 2 AP, just Link Watch this. And Link Watch is going to... I'm going to get security from that, but it's still better than getting shot. Link Watch will cover these exits. Okay, he didn't go far enough. I assume he's going to walk in the circle, though. Yep. Yep. Okay. Well, you're done. Alright, Dade, buddy. Not going to load any programs. Okay, I could have spiked it. It would have been fine. Now I know. I didn't at the time, but now I do for the future. Great. Let's walk here. Scan. If you use a program, steal AP. Okay, well, I'm going to load a program and then turn them off. I'm going to run here. Load Deception. Knock this down. Tally. Scan. That is an alarm processing unit. I don't care about alarm processing units. Again, I'm not going to load any programs. And in fact, I have nothing else to do here. I don't want to spike the APU. I don't want to knock these down. I've already grabbed all the downloads, so I'm done here. Which means I need to walk to safety. And then I can disconnect. Alright, finally, with 3 AP, I am done. However, I need to still knock down this gate. And then hopefully not get screwed by rude security escalations. See, how much can I cheat forward? Yeah, that looks like the most cheat I can do is actually against this wall here. Looks like it's going to be easier than that wall, so... Come on, you were doing it earlier. There's a chance that puts me not in the laser wires when... if there is a device turn on. Otherwise, he's going to take some stress, and it's going to be kind of sad for me. Alright, the reinforcements have arrived, and they are cutting off my sniper. And that's going to be a bit of a problem. Fire comms are pretty deadly. Captains are pretty tanky. I think I've got an okay amount of... Yeah, okay, I've got an okay shot at this. But it's not going to be the easiest. So obviously I'm going to get straight up spotted if I run by. So I have to fight my way out 100% of the time. And I'm not convinced I can be stealthy here. Like, I can try to sneak in there and duck, right? And, like, let them use their action points. That's, like, a decent option here. And actually, it's probably the best option. So let's do that. I'm going to run in there. I'm going to duck. I'm going to hope it's enough. I think even if they come out here, they're not going to be able to catch me. Like, they won't have enough action points to shoot. So I'm gonna basically wait this out. Stand in the open like this. Oh, shoot, I forgot you're going to move. Yep, and I'm in Overwatch. Yep. Alright. I'm going to get caught out here as well. Yep. Oh, just barely not. Okay, wow. He turned to the right just in time. But yeah, this is absolutely going to get really a bit tense. And it's really how many of them are going to put me in Overwatch, how many won't. Because I can't deal with all of them going into Overwatch on me. Thankfully, didn't quite see me. Okay, so I got kind of lucky on them turning the ways that they did. My hacker is almost useless. And thankfully, only these 3 guys are alerted. But Sitha was going... Oh, shoot. I forgot. By skipping down, it meant that Sitha got to go. Because she was already alert. That is a very real problem. Alright, I'm definitely going to get shot at then. I don't have a way around I don't have a way to not get shot here. And I still got to get this loot. But he should be part of the squad. Okay, crud. Okay. Let's think this through. All Dade can do this turn is try to get ready to help next turn. Iota unfortunately rolled a 17, which makes him very scary. But yeah, Dade just has to be over here and try to help. We'll get these loot boxes later. We can get them close towards the exit. It's fine. We're at least, you know, one host and 2 lock boxes down. You know, again, 40 minutes into the mission. So she... Oh, she's actually using so much AP she might not shoot. It is Overwatch, though. Alright. Well, it's time to go play the game. So... Best I can do is... Looks like first 3 AP. Yeah, because I can't... I don't have great, like, 4 AP up angles. Not... I mean, I kind of do. Is this even good with the pistol? 24 meters is not good for pistol accuracy. So I feel like I might as well go down to 3. Still be in cover. And have a decent sniper shot here. I think that is a very reasonable play. Fire comms are also very good guys to shoot for. They have very deadly weaponry. They are, and also this guy rolled a 17, so I do really want him to die and be crit, which is huge. All right, that is very helpful. Do I need you to overwatch? I probably should. This guy is very tanky. He has upgraded armor already. We're on our second mission, and he has upgraded armor. Right, you can see he has 74% damage reduction. That is a lot, as you may know. So, I think you have to be shot at. Snapshot missed? Bro. You did not. Okay, well I can do a basic yield. I thankfully have interference spike back already. So I'm going to drop you. And your cone, this is the downside of sniper rifles. Sniper rifles have a very, very small accuracy cone. Or a very small overwatch cone. So it's not a guaranteed hit, but it's really likely. You are kidding me. Alright, well it's got to be full auto then. I'm not willing to risk it otherwise. I still can't move. He's still stuck here. I think the munition rolls are pretty good. So with 4 AP left, I basically have 2 basic shots available. And so, let's see. You rolled a 5. You rolled a 12. And you rolled a 13. So the best option I have, actually, is throwing Flush at this guy. Because Flush gives minus armor. And I need to reduce his armor to make him more killable. So, debuffed. And then next shot. We miss, because of course we do. Yep. We get high power cameras. We get Matrix high alert for the escalation. That's not great for me. Tactical surge at least is in range of my entire team, which is good. So that's something. So get a bunch of action points. But because I'd have to reload my assault rifle, I'm going to use my SMG instead. And the cool thing is, because it's an automatic, I can go full auto and get multiple people in the zone. Which seems decent. It's not doing the most damage. But, you know, what else do I have? So, I need to get you to cover. So, let's actually... I can at least run 1 action point. So at least slightly fewer people can see me. Hit chance kind of sucks, but... Yeah, okay, fine. So putting him in Overwatch has done nothing so far. Which, honestly, I'm really not surprised by. What is my AP count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, I've got plenty of pistol shots, so... I want to let Lotto try, since he is in Overwatch anyway. Yeah, Alto is going... Yeah, she and... Okay, well, she's going next. And Dade can probably help with that, actually. So I am going to go for Alto here. Good shot. Come on, buddy. I want to say I believe in you, but... I believe in you. So my recoil is now incredibly bad, but... We take the chance. You miss 100% shots you don't take. And then realistically... what are the odds that my sniper rifle misses, right? You know, what are actually the odds? But of course, I shouldn't take that risk, so let's run in here. Take the shot. 93%. Yeah, we're going to be fine. Down you go, buddy. Okay, this guy is still alive. We actually can let him act, since we're in cover now. And he didn't go very far anyway. But it's time to loot stuff for real. Now, Dade's got to get over here and start hacking. So I'm going to start running him. Enemy rolled a 10. I'm not worried about it. We're going to be okay. Dade's going to run a straight line. Off you go, buddy. You're going to be great. The rest of the squad's going to run up this way, open this door, and shoot this guy. We've cleaned out the room pretty well. Again, still have all these things to grab in the middle and on the right. But as long as we can get our hacker over there, he's going to be happy. So, yeah, let's run through the middle. That's going to be the core movement here. We should be decent. Another escalation, more guards, but thankfully, they're now behind us. We're no longer trapped, so surely it's going to be fine. Surely it's going to be fine. What could possibly go wrong? Now, because he can run up and catch my hacker, I do want to open this door. Just, like, be loud about it, open the door, and get the rest of my team to start acting. He does have a shot here, thankfully. He can jump out, and that's worth using. Alright, I think I'm pretty lucky. I think I've landed a really good number of my coin flips. I'm going to only yield Dade and not delay him by 10, because I want to make sure that we're looking okay on the rest of this. Like, if I need him for damage, then we got to bring him in and not let the guy act. Someone needs these. Probably use a Cyber Knight for it. But Sid is ready to shoot. Unfortunately, this is in range of getting heard. So I'm considering running to here. That way I'm not in range of getting heard. That seems like a pretty good idea to me. Just seems smart. Coin flip. Nice. Better than coin flip, but we got it. Alright, Dade is safe to sprint for the Matrix host, and so off he goes. And since Sid's already there, we'll send Lee out to start grabbing lockboxes. That seems reasonable to me. I don't know why I would hate that. And we can let these guys move up. They're not going to be too close too soon. Yeah, they are running toward me at a pretty quick rate, but they're not there yet. That's a concern. You guys are in the way. I don't want you to be there. Stop being there. Stop making this mission difficult. We're killing it faster than they're coming in, right? We're down to only 6 bad guys left, but like... Okay, so... I don't have any way of predicting where they're going. That would be cheating, to be fair, by the mechanics of the challenge run. And if they run right up at me... Oh! I can close it. Alright, well, Sid, buddy. You know, being quiet is slower than being loud. There we go. Much more valuable stuff. Like, we got straight up 25k from that. Well, this magnet, it actually might. We close the door. Wait, what? Excuse me? Okay, you can't close it. It lied to me. Alright. Well, just kidding then. Yeah, the problem is if I run, they're going to hear me. Listen. It's going to be a yield angle for you. Wow, I am... Okay, I'm going to duck, and we'll just see what they do. Okay. Same for you then. We're gonna have you wait things out. Okay, they're going that way. Of course, they're running forward, so we're getting surrounded pretty quickly. And look, I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll just start hacking. Surely reinforcements don't spawn right here. Surely not. That would be ludicrous. We happen to get the exact same host layout. That is actually not guaranteed, but it happened here. Alright, well, scan. I'm going to load all the basics right now. Like, these are the ultra basics, because you will need them for basically everything. But you don't have to load trap destruction, which in this case I didn't. So I'm going to move over this way. No, I know the CPU's up this way, so I'm going to make that progress still happen. It's going to be a much more annoying one to deal with, so... I'm gonna load scan. I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna scan for a trap. I won't load any cyberdeck programs. I'll just knock these down. Basically, these nodes are really annoying when they have double active ice on them, because sometimes you only have one charge and you're just gonna take a penalty. So sometimes you just want to like chill and kind of play around that. All right. Well, as they keep moving up, we keep trying to deal with it. Okay, yeah, so they are all right there. You rolled a 17, but you're on a 12, so as much as I'm going to be loud here, it's not going to be that horrible. You got to reload, though. It isn't amazing, but, man, how could I mean, I could try to duck and get away, but that is risky. I have to, like, really hope they're not going to look my direction. I guess I'm going to have a pretty good initiative roll on most cases, so let's try. Yeah, 15. Okay, so none of them can see... Oh, no, you can see in. You would absolutely see me if I tried, so... Okay, man, okay, I need to reload. That's the big thing. I actually absolutely need to reload here. I am out of ammo. I need to find my kills. And I still want to wait them out. I still want to wait them out. Let them burn up. I want to strike them at some point, but I think he also wants to reload here. I could go for shots on these guys. It would be okay. Like, we're all rolling higher than them. And these guys, I mean, they're not going to reach me just in time. So I'm actually feeling pretty good about strike zone and just going for these kills. I think this is actually correct. And I think I want to do it like... Yeah, I want to do it right now. So I do have Skull Shot. So first shot looks good. Okay, crit just means he's gone. They heard the gunfire. That's fine, though. Actually, I'm going to reload here to preserve action points. Because I have to end my turn with a bunch of AP left otherwise, so... Okay, they are running toward me now. You can't reveal me yet, though, because you can't get close enough. It actually buys me some time. So I believe I want to go for this. They'll hear me, but they can't get around to get to me. So even though it's going to be loud, and I will likely... Oh, the crits. Yes, please. The crits are good. Yeah, of course, again, he has very, very tough armor. But he's much harder to get to. So you've already had your turn. I'm going to actually yield Liat and let Sid finish this kill. That's a very likely kill. Yep. Okay, the one scary thing is, as you guys come around, I can be in a little bit of danger. I think for now it's fine. I think for now I'm able to make these moves and it's totally reasonable. I want to... Let's see. Do I really think they can get around this corner and threaten me? Just barely, yeah. So let's actually go this way. I'm going to grab loot. And I'm going to understand that I will have to make some choices pretty soon around where these guards are going. And how to deal with them. Security level 15, no big deal. Dade can keep hacking. Let's go, buddy. So download access. If you load a program, it won't load new programs. Alright, time to go. Grin and bear it. Run up here. Damage cyber deck is the most annoying one as far as I'm concerned, so I'll drop you, load this, drop you, take the download. I already know, of course, what's where, so we'll load attack. Hey, nice, we got lucky actually, and we managed to one-shot each of them. That is not guaranteed. I can load exactly 2 programs here, so I will. I will scan for traps. It's when you exit the node, okay. Which means I have to disable that here. That's fine, though. I don't need... Okay, I will probably go here by the end. Actually, yeah. I'll just, on next turn, load Deception, run over, and see if there's a download here. If there... I could run here without any programs loaded. And there's nothing there. I just, like, leave next turn, and it's no harm, no foul. It's actually better to leave than disable stuff. It's just, like, always better. But if there is a download here, I have to leave... load the program, go back, like, bleh. I'm just going to save the 2 AP and load the programs up, because I'll use them at some point anyway. So we can end the turn here. And now, right, like, now that I'm actually downloading as part of my normal, like, per turn ritual, I'm actually relatively balanced in terms of AP and deck IO, right? But it was, like, the very beginning when I had just a bunch of dead nodes, like, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like, I had so many non-download nodes in a row that had no AP syncs, but now it's better. Anyway, end for the turn. And, yeah, you gotta go do useful stuff now. So I can't quite reach him. You rolled a 16. You rolled a 13. But I kinda wanna leave. No, I want this set of downloads. Okay, I'm just gonna be... I'll just be really risky. I only get 2 shots before I run out. But I actually think this is gonna be decent. So I get surprised, so the first shot's pretty good. Okay, second shot's okay, but not great. But if I end my turn like this, again, we get the take cover bonus, so I get +1 initiative, which means I roll between 9 and 19, and he's got a 13, so the odds are in my favor, and we rolled towards the high end. And reinforcements are in the exact same spot. Okay, well, more to deal with then. Fine. Fine. We'll keep going. We are getting there, though. It feels like we're making progress. Okay. He needs to die. But otherwise I can wait. Tactical Surge. I might need to move a step to make sure I catch him. Let's do that to be safe. Let's just run 1 AP forward and Tactical Surge him. To give our boy 3 initiative, 2 AP. Easy clap. Alright. They're going to hear it. But the kill is important. So that's done. You can now wait and let them do their thing. Sid can grab the rest of the loot from this room. Okay. So, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes done. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to go. We're halfway through. You are running that way still. That's fine with me. Alright, there's your turn being done. Which way are you going? Not terribly far. And, yep, I think you're going to where whatever. You're not going anywhere that I care about, yep. At a 12, you can still delay. Okay, they are on patrol, not too far. He can keep waiting. Dade can keep hacking, of course. So CPU is spiked. Load Deception. Check here. There is a download. We'll go in this order. We get a level 2... sword blueprint. Come down here. These are still disabled. I don't believe you can have traps on these when there's already 2 others. So we can just leave. Come down here. Prevent connection use is a must disable. I need scan because there will be traps here. When you exit, okay, not a huge deal. Scan a second time. Yep. We know what that looks like. And then there will be a trap there. However, I can risk that I can load the trap in its face, so I'm going to connect here. I will scan at turn start, and there's a chance I can just ignore the trap and then be done. And so the first host had the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 data hosts, plus these 2 had stuff on them, and going to be a similar case here. So this is going to be a lot of loot, but yep, it definitely takes a while, but it is what it is. Obviously, a combatant would also make this mission go faster with, you know, more kills. But we are just about done as we crest 1 hour in. So, you two have not acted, but we can't do anything about that. So, it's time to knock everyone else out. So you are a you are a fire comm and you are a regular, like, more or less regular guard. Okay, fire comms, by the way, are special because they can shoot full auto with their urban assault rifles. Anyway, I have what, 7 AP? So the options are basically twin iron plus some other shots, or actually load up flush. I'm actually feeling, or actually, yeah, actually finger trick is down as it is. So, are you still actually buffed finger trick? No. All right. I figure, like, let's just use things on cooldown to get kills whenever you can. I think that's a good strategy. Make use of your stuff. Obviously, it costs me some ammo. When I get a shot on this guy, looks like that's going to be reasonable. I'll be heard. I don't care. Flush lowers some armor, but I don't think in this case it's worth it or very useful. He hears me. His shot's not great because of all the recoil. Still hit, though. It's pretty sweet. Definitely have been getting pretty lucky on the recent set of shots. I feel like I am actually hitting more than luck would dictate, so fairly high EV set of turns. Or above EV, I should say. Alrighty, so those 4 are gone, right? So it's down to, again, these 4 and these 2. We're almost there. So how can I maximize my damage? Sniper can come in, help a little bit. But this guy is still a scary one. He has very high armor. And depending who I put into combat, this can get pretty hairy. So if I go here, I probably have acceptable line of sight on both. Like, yeah, right here. There we go, right here. You can see the lines connect at the same spot, which means I can shoot them from the same spot, and I can get the shots off. So he's going to take shots, he's going to take shots, and that'll be decent. It won't be perfect, because I'll have to reload. But we get damage, we get a kill. It's a good start. I'm going to duck here. Obviously, he's alert. Liat can go knock one down for us. So this guy is likely to be killed. So I'm going to go for a skull shot and get my action points back. 2/3 to get it. We got it. Okay. They see bodies. And so now the question is, which one do I want to kill? Now, sniper rifles have very poor armor tread. You can see 10%. They also don't do almost any pure damage. So they are actually very, very bad at killing armored targets. You don't want snipers for armored targets. They're very bad at it. The revolver's good at armored targets. But yeah, that's kind of your play here. So I'm going to shoot the secondary guy. Very nice. We take those for sure. I guess I'll just deal the damage. Okay, I have absurd luck right now. I've hit like 6 shots in a row at like 50% for most of them. That is incredibly lucky. Yeah, we're getting more guards, but we're still getting progress in the fact that we are still dwindling the number of enemies. We're down to 4. And we're making hacker progress and everything else, so this is looking decent as far as I'm concerned. Now, I'm going to... Oh, actually, wait. Yeah, I'm going to yield to Sid because Sid has Flush, and Flush reduces armor. So Sid's going to go down to 4 AP. I'm going to put him behind some cover if I can help it. So I put him here. He's got cover. He's got a decent shot here. It's not miserable. Yeah, it's not miserable. Let's drop his armor by 10%. It's 10% multiplicative, by the way. You know what? The cool thing is, Flush works even if you miss. So we dropped his armor from 75 to 67. And, you know, we get another try at it. And now we deal really good damage. Now, not only do revolvers have a lot of pure damage, which is fully armor piercing. I'm going to go for... Honestly, I'm just going to go for a basic shot here. Actually, I'm going to... Can I yield even? No, I can't anymore. And with you at a 9, if I do a full delay, I am requiring Liat to get this kill. I don't think I want to put him on that much pressure, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the shot. It's going to almost certainly get the kill. Oh, yeah. We even shredded him. Alright, our X is probably going to be here. We gotta grab this loot, though. I'm going to keep yielding in the meantime, though, because I want to know what the enemies are up to. Aside from Leon, who obviously has to run forward. Okay, we have a blueprint for a level 2 sniper rifle, as well as $5,000. We've got loot to grab. Down to 3 enemies. Dade's still going. We could be done during this turn, depending on what we scan. When you download a file, steal AP, because I have to disarm it. But we're done now, right? I think I've grabbed everything that I can. So you can disconnect. And because you can disconnect, you can actually start grabbing loot, because you have spare time. It would be unethical to knock in the pressure plate, so I won't. I understand if you think I'm a coward for ducking earlier in this game, but I'm not a coward. I didn't say I can't crouch, okay? You can go back and watch the VOD of the first mission. I do think we need to try to get these kills, because I need this loot box. And we can then exit through here. So, how do I make that happen in the best way possible? Especially because their initiative rolls are pretty spaced out. I could use Interference Spike to like slow one of them down, or even pre-computer to speed somebody up. But there is... yeah, there's some real difficulty in making the right choices here. And in fact, with another group here, I think I can still deal with them. I'm not, like, terribly worried. I don't want to, like, ditch this box, so I think I will still fight them. But the 6 people close together, it does not make it easier. Okay, security level 21. Yeah. Everything's going fine, Smile. Let them run up to me. We're staying in cover. They can't find me. I think he can just stay where he is. You're off that way? Oh, that is a problem. He's going to see my hacker. Yep. And he's stuck in Overwatch. That is a huge problem we have to deal with. And this guy is really tanky. This is a very significant problem that I have to solve. I did not think about him running to my hacker. I truly did not think of that. Okay, they've all run up. I can no longer delay anymore. So, Interference Spike has a range. I can go for this during the next turn. He's going to roll at a 10, so I can free Dade a bit sooner than that. The difficulty somewhat here is that I need to be able to use Interference Spike and free Dade and, like, get other things. I have to get, like, really far. I have to get up to, like, here. That is so far. Alright, well, I think for now we gotta take some kills. I'd love to have more than one in line of sight, but that doesn't really seem possible here. You haven't gone yet. I don't have a way of, you know, really waiting for that appropriately. Who's the best guy? Okay, so I think this is the best shot for me here, because the Pistolier can go that way and not have to deal with cover. So let's see if you can get max damage. Yep, you did. So I'm gonna run you. Let's see, if you run here, will you be in Interference Spike range? No. If you run that way, will you be? Yes. Okay. Let's clear the path then. That as long as he has a good initiative roll, he's going early enough to spike there and break the Overwatch. He rolled a 19, so pretty good. Dade obviously doesn't get to act. You're running up. I don't care. All right. Sid is basically just in combat mode. So this feels like just buff yourself and then just start shooting. Pretty good. Second shot. Okay, expected to miss at some point. I think he's still in the right position, so I'm not going to move him any. And then I should probably... let's see. I mean, you rolled a 17. And Loud is a bit busy. I mean, he's busy, but, like, shoot him once, Interference Spike, Dade gets to leave, is fine. So I'm going to greed this, because the longer I have to, like, run out to get stuff than run back, the slower this all goes, so... And that also means more reinforcements coming in eventually. So I'm going to play for the loot here. I will probably not get that for 0 AP. It's almost certainly not. Yeah, there's like no way. Yeah, okay, we're gonna walk into the box here. Grab the stuff. Another sniper rifle. Blueprint. Okay, fine. Right, so... Thankfully... Yeah, so Dade can't do anything. He has to end his turn. He has very high initiative, because of course he does. Loud is going to interference spike this dude. I could have shot instead, but I chose not to. That might have been the wrong choice, but it was the choice that I made. I could have gone for... Right, bait. Actually, I would have to move first. Which, I mean, not unreasonable. The difficulty, though, is that these are going to come around, they're going to see me. And I'm going to have rather poor ways of dealing with... dealing with their aggression. Alright. He can yield. Sid can yield. You're going that way. Okay, you're going to start... Oh, no, you're actually done already. Okay. Now, where are you headed? That way also, but not very far. We take those. Dade gets to go for revenge, although this guy is alerted. And Loud's turn is done. This guy actually has to be killed. So it's just like, go full auto, hope you get armor shreds, basically, right? We got the shred. That is huge. Chance to hit isn't great. However, we now get to deal full damage. We only got to hit one bullet there. It's fine. It's good enough. This guy hasn't had his turn yet. But he doesn't have the ability to threaten me right away. In fact, he's not even going very far. Okay, so the scary thing is, this guy's turn's coming up. And Sid has to kill him, basically. I will also strike zone these guys, because what else is there to do? But Sid needs to get this kill or stun him, or we're in real danger here. You got spotted? Darn, that sucks. Ooh, or that. I mean, the hit chances aren't that different. So I actually want to take this shot, because this frees up a lot of other safer options for me. Okay, they're all alerted, which is a problem. You rolled an 11, though. Oh, wait, you're out of ammo as well. That's a concern. Do I want to throw down Overwatch here? I kind of do, actually. I think the odds are somebody's going to act next turn, and so let's just throw down Overwatch. Alright, Sid, you've got to get this done. So if I go here, I don't even get Twin Iron. Okay, let's start by running 2 AP. Okay, how good are my shots like this, right? Chance hit 60%. Damage roll's high enough. So the odds at failing is, what, 39% twice? So around 16%. Do I take an 80 or so % chance to be fine? Or would I rather pull out the shock mine and go for it? I'm going to make the very bad choice of going for the kill. Actually, it's going to be not that bad because I can link watch as well, so I've got a ton of options. Okay, first miss. Cool. Okay. I would have still had the Overwatch here, but it would have definitely been a risk. Escalation is not in a good spot for me. So the problem is he's dropped his initiative roll by a lot in order to be in Overwatch. So I need to buff his initiative in order to let him get out. Which I have the tools for, right? This is why I have things like Tactical Surge. Okay, I have no way of buffing my hacker with this. We don't have a way of doing this correctly. But I will Tactical Surge, and I will Precupid Advantage to get his initiative up from 7 to 15. I need this box, and then, like, this box, right? Hacker can grab this box and leave. These guys can grab this box and leave. So we can probably outrun these guys. We have to absolutely blitz these idiots. So can I get... Yeah, so I can't get really any good full... Yeah, this is gonna be the play. So I'm gonna, like, run out to here. Run out to there, full out with the SMG. I don't want to block line of sight on that guy, but it looks like this is going to be reasonable. I think that's going to be fine in terms of line of sight. So they'll hear the gunfire. Actually, Overwatch isn't a real thing in this point, actually. We crit, we don't kill. We'll take a basic shot here. I'm going to put him down just so that we have easier follow-up. Okay, yeah, I don't have Finger Trick on anymore, so I will eventually run out of shots. But we're going to run over. And since this weapon has pure damage on it, we'll go after the captain. I'll throw into the too bad, and actually we've still got the glancing hit guarantee anyway. That was a glance. Actually, no, I think that was a normal hit. Cool. Alright, good job, buddy. And then I don't think I need to be in Overwatch because I'm pretty sure Dade and Liat... I think Liat can get this kill. I think he'll be okay. I could be safe instead, though, and this seems like kind of the better idea, is just put him in Overwatch and guarantee it. So I'm going to do that instead. Dade can just play for the exit. Here you go, bud. Security 26. Uh-huh. Yeah, he's out. He does have Overwatch charges still, so this wouldn't have been that bad. But I also want to get my loot so I can get out. So Liat will have another turn of doing nothing. I mean, there's no way this misses, right? This is like impossible. I'm just gonna have him run, grab stuff, and run back towards the exit. Okay. Surely you don't miss. Okay, you did better than not miss. That was great. They're going to be behind us, but I think we're going to be... Yeah, they don't have enough AP to catch us. So, as long as our rolls are good, and we can see that they are, we're going to be just fine. Yep, we're just fine. Turn 18. Another wave. Thankfully, they're behind us. I mean, most spawn locations were behind us, but they weren't all. And it is finally time to go. So, like I said, this map tile set is very long. It takes a while. I mean, there's 12 boxes and 2 matrix hosts. Like, there's a lot going on, right? It just takes a while to get through it all. It just does. But we are finally ready to go. Security 28. 18 turns isn't even that long for this map, but... Obviously, yeah, this was a doozy for map 2. Map 2 of Only Play Loud. Yeah, I'm sure everything will be just fine as time goes on. What could possibly ever go poorly? Alright, well, Dade is done. Sid can get to the exit. And yeah, I'll just hit the extract. I'll let them run up. It's going to be fine. They won't be able to see me. I'm pretty sure they're not going to be able to walk far enough. I guess there was a chance they put my Cyber Knight, or they put my Sniper in Overwatch, but I think it's very, very, very unlikely. In fact, they're stuck in a line as it is. Okay, yep, Liat's next after the Cyber Knight, so we're good. Alrighty, well, an hour and 18 minutes, almost all that spent on the mission itself. Alright, let's go look at our haul. There's going to be a lot of stuff. It is going to be a lot of stuff. It's all low-level stuff, but we get a lot of stuff. So, we've managed to level up our 2 combat classes. We, of course, have to rename them. Yeah, 14 heat is the max heat you can earn from security level. It caps at security level 7. Also earn 4 heat from the camera, so 18 heat is meaningful here. Never get paid for the mission because it's a raid. All you're going to do is grab loot. And some XP for victory, which is good, of course. And because we killed more than 8 people, 34 of them, we got extra influence for the contact. Okay, so from the 12 loot boxes, right, we got 35k, 45k, 55k from loot boxes. That's pretty good. And of course, a lot of other stuff as well. I mean, you know, a page and a half or so of stuff. Pretty good. Mostly weapon blueprints and some files. It's pretty good. Weapon blueprints sell for quite a bit. Also from the 2 matrix hosts, we got... about 2/3 of a page of files. Again, low level because, of course, they are. We got quite a few weapon and weapon mod blueprints, which is pretty sweet. Level 4 legendary. I think this is a grip for blades, which is pretty cool. So this will, if I get the contacts to buy it off me, this will get me a lot of money. This is actually very lucrative. Yeah, it took me a lot of time, but I didn't get shot. Our only permanent downside was having to again, get a bunch of heat put on our tail. but it went kind of nicely overall. Okay, so the plan is make enough money so that I can start the Underworld hub. Okay, I want to make 90k or 70k or whatever, 62k, if I can. So we start with file sets. I still cannot mint any file sets. You get more money if you can. We'll check the filter. Are there any not used by a set? There is, so I can sell this just straight up. This just exists, and this was $48,000. Just either in a Matrix Host or in a loot box. 48k. That's great. I could sell it to Potato for a favor, or I could sell it to him just for 50k straight up. And I think right now I really, really need the money, so I'm going to sell it for the money. Though obviously the favor can pay for itself if you get that map. It's only one of the maps in the game, so you know there's several others. So I'm going to risk it not being offered to me again too soon. We got a lot of item blueprints. So let's start by selling item. Sorry, we have a lot of blueprints. Let's start by selling item blueprints. Unfortunately, nobody in my contact network buys item blueprints, so that's a problem. Okay, what about weapon mod blueprints? Okay, well I don't think anyone buys high-level weapon mod blueprints, but what about the other stuff? I actually would use this in a real build. Of course, silencers are useless, and so I can sell these silencer blueprints no problem. This, however, is actually good. It is a damage increase to a pistol, and so the question is, do I want 19k now, or do I want to craft better guns later? For now, I'm going to just not do anything. Other option, though, is that I can sell these weapon blueprints. So I am not going to be playing melee. I know that already, so I'm going to sell the melee blueprints every time. And then I don't expect to craft several SMGs. Each blueprint has 2 uses, so I don't need 2 versions of this. And so I'll sell at least one. The same goes for the sniper rifle. I can sell one of each. That's going to be no problem. Which means I now have enough money to build the Underworld hub. The Underworld hub allows me to boost the legwork chance. Because there's no way to outskill legwork, you really want to have something like this where you can just have it run better for free. Alrighty, so our hacker, unfortunately, is how he is how he is. I do not have a free respec available because it's been more than 10 days, so unfortunately I'm stuck with, the choices that I made. I think they're okay. But our Gunslinger leveled up, and of course we need to rename him because, hey, we've got a match. And so our Gunslinger is named Les. Les played for Loud when they won VCT Champs 2022, and in the final game of that, the final map of that series of the finals, he played Chamber. Chamber is a character all about having a special pistol, and so Les is the Gunslinger because Les played Chamber, and Chamber is a Gunslinger. We've also got our Sniper. If you know Valorant Esports, you already know what his name is going to be. If you don't worry about it. We go to Appearance, we rename him, and our Sniper is, of course, the one and only Aspas. Arguably, one could argue, maybe he's not, but one could argue he is the best. He's easily one of the best, but he could be, you could argue, the best Valorant player in the world. And he uses the sniper rifle some. Certainly more than anyone else on this team does. Alright, well, I've got 2 more points to spend. I could make Strike Zone a bit better. I could make Strike Zone come back a bit more often. Or I could get JTAC. And JTAC is what I'm going to go for. JTAC is great. JTAC is awesome. JTAC is basically Strike Zone, but for my team. So instead of lowering their evasion and making them get crit more often, I'm going to increase my chance to hit and increase my chance to crit. Which, again, similar stuff here. This, of course, lowers armor. This one does not. But also, I can control being in JTAC. I can't control enemies being in Strike Zone. Not as easily. So we got some really nice buffs here for him. Didn't actually train the Gunslinger. Now, I am at my talent limit right now, so I can't do too much with this. Increasing armor shred is a reasonable option here. We are already running into high armor guards. That said, though, using revolvers doesn't need armor shred because I'm getting much of pure damage. Snapshot still feels of low value. Link Watch seems to be using, getting somewhat rare use here. Minus more armor here is a reasonable option, especially with extra uses, but this is a lot of investment for relatively low gain. I'm going to try capping out Finger Trick and having it be on permanently, right? Once I get this upgrade, it's on for 3 turns with 3-turn cooldown, so I can perma Finger Trick and then never have to reload with a, cost of 1 AP every 3 turns. Not terrible to have permanently 10% more damage and never have to worry about reloading. That'll probably be worth it long term in any kind of high combat mission. Okay, so that is that stuff done. When this gets completed, I'm going to try to do further upgrades. So this room is getting cleaned. I want to build a Sims Rune Trainer. That means I need level 2 cryo cooling. One thing actually worth noting that I should go into as well is I can sell more of my stuff, right? I don't have any spare armors really, but I can sell some of this kind of stuff. So I could sell a bunch of first aid kits. I could sell... I'm going to sell these iron recharges for sure. They basically recharge battery of swords and energy weapons. These are going to be gone. Patch X kit is rebuild your armor. I think the value... Like, basically because you can only ever bring 2 items per character, I will never ever bring this with me because it is rare to get my armor shred, though it can happen. But the odds are so low that it's not worth the, like, slot cost of having something else instead. So it's just never going to happen here. So we sell that. Medical kit is a strong healing item, but I don't tend to need a stronger version of the healing item, so I'm going to sell it and make 4k. And so I've made a decent amount of money now. That's good. Dazzler is a easy use stun, so is a shock mine. First aid kit, I could sell some of them. AT grenades, I could sell some of them. I'm not always going to use a ton of them, but yeah, there's an option here for doing it that way. End of the day, crowd cooling is done in 3 days. Haven Smokeout is due before then. So not really a reason to do that at a different time frame. One thing I could choose to do is run forward op early to gain more XP. That would allow me to level up my Cyber Knight to level 2. My Hacker get to level 2 here as well. And it would probably be enough to actually bring this guy to level 3 as well, which would make Haven Smokeout a bit easier to run. That would be true. That would be helpful. However, I kind of want Emil to be in my SimStream trainer for running this so I can give her more XP. And so we're instead going to move the time forward. Gonna move the time forward, and then when this is basically urgent, we'll run the mission. Yeah, we're running short on time for Haven Smokeout. Understood. Let it tick down to about 7 hours. That should be decent. Okay. So... this is often offered. So, very early in the game, usually within the first month, somebody will say, hey, I've got a friend here. I've got a friend that we can hire. And so they are basically this soldier every time. He's got... there's some level of variance in what this ends up being. I don't know what it is, but I've seen him get this. I've seen him get something that gives him higher sniper rifle and pistol accuracy. I don't know if it's based on your main character's background. Like, hey, this guy is a very tough background, right? High strength, wound resistance. He's a dockyard smuggler. Every time I've been this, I've seen him offered with something like Bull Built, where he's tankier. In my previous Let's Play, where I was a space station tech with a lot of crit chance and plus tech, this guy had something that made him better with sniper rifles and pistols. So maybe it's actually based on background, maybe it's pure RNG. I don't really know, to be honest. But we can hire this guy. He's got plus ballistic damage. He can ignore recoil. You actually have the choice to give him a second trait as well, so we can make him more accurate, or a certain kind of weapon or something else. But we can, of course, hire our 7th person, which we'll do after I run this mission, after this goes on, because people take a cut from all your missions, right? You saw we lost 15% of our money in the last mission. Of course, it was 50% of 0, but it'll always be true. It'll be up to 18% with him on the roster, so we should only hire him when we're sure we want him, and he'll be useful for us. Well, pretty long recording. Hour and a half. Finally got through it. I will see you next time for part 3. Thanks for watching. See ya.